What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. It's been a minute. Today, we're about to react to the wildest botting allegations we have ever seen by Hello You Seen Extras. Um, I've been seeing a lot about these streamers Viewbotting out here. The biggest culprit from what I heard is that boy Neon, because I mean, who really taps into a Neon stream? But you see clips of him all day, and he be showing everybody his views high and stuff, but generally who's really tapping into a Neon stream. But I mean, hey, but I'm pretty sure he's definitely up there. Y'all know the Jack Doherty nigga, he be doing that. I'm sure a lot of them do it though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sure
What's
there's so
popping, y'all?
many.
One of the worst botting accusations that I've ever seen coming from a streaming OG in the industry, and it's aimed at Wendy Ortiz of all people. So I'm gonna play you guys this clip first from this podcast by this dude Nick Pollum, and also known as NMPLOL. He's one of the earliest streamers on Twitch, and he thinks her views aren't real, which is wild. I'm gonna play you guys this clip right now.
No, so it's actually very interesting because I don't know much about Wendy, but I was watching her streams, and it's all like people who don't watch Twitch. It's bringing in a bunch of women into the website.
I'm about to say because I've never tapped into a Wendy stream. I remember I was seeing clips of her when DDG had her on stream a whole lot. And I know that blew her up on Twitch, but nah, I don't really know what type of numbers she be getting. But a lot of people do say she has a bigger female audience that came over from TikTok and stuff. I don't know.
I'm very shocked by it.
Yeah.
What?
I don't think Wendy's viewership is authentic, personally. But yeah,
Nah, he threw it out.
I don't think her numbers are
Why he trying not to laugh?
authentic, personally. But yeah,
Elaborate.
I don't think her numbers are real.
Oh,
Okay.
he did.
See,
I
I
just
think if you were on that side of TikTok, seeing where her content is, bro, you would have to pay money to avoid it. She is everywhere.
I believe that, but
Maybe,
if that's-
hey, I don't even have TikTok, so I don't be on the talk. So maybe she's just that big on TikTok, and I'm just unaware. But it is hard. They say to bring an audience from one platform to another, especially if you're not real big. Like you might get a small portion, but the transfer over rate ain't really that high for the majority of creators, is what I heard. So I don't know. Maybe she's just like that on that
she should have
side.
won her votes then.
Well, hold on.
She's
There's
that
also
big.
What was she nominated for?
I'm telling you, and this people need to understand this. Just because you have a lot of TikTok views, keep in mind, so is Amp, so is Asian Boy Ray. They're massive on TikTok too. Doesn't necessarily translate to Twitch viewership, but
That's what I'm
it's such
saying.
an easy sell to the Gen Pop that since you're big here, then you're automatically big here. So it's easy to inflate those numbers.
I used to say TikTok was like a foreign currency with followers because they don't translate anywhere else.
Right.
You can't use that money
So
anywhere else.
some
Exactly.
people it does work, like Queso, people like that. But like for example, like my YouTube like shorts get like 100 million views a month, which is quite a bit. If I was botting myself to 30K views, people would be like, well, he gets a lot on YouTube, so it must be real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful with that. Now that said, though, go ahead. What were we talking about?
He left it there. I mean, these are facts. I feel like it takes a lot for you to be pulling 20 to 30K viewers like on average consistently. That takes a lot. You gotta have a pretty big audience to do that. So I don't know. I don't just see clips going crazy of people and assume, oh yeah, nah, they gonna be huge on Twitch. Cause you've seen niggas like Canel Joseph, Ash Out, they're crazy on YouTube, and they both be streaming. You don't be, at least from what I know, they don't be pulling that high views. And they got huge audiences on YouTube, which is easier to transfer over than TikTok. Ain't nobody, for the majority of people, going from TikTok and never had Twitch before, downloading Twitch and looking up the creator they see on today. Come on.
Finish his point.
So first off, there was a previous clip that I'm unable to find right now from a different podcast where NMP talks about how, oh yeah, sometimes a bunch of times, he just says stuff without knowing anything. And this seems to be one of those situations because I've created videos on this in the past too, very early on, where I say like Wendy Ortiz is one of the kind of like I wouldn't say pioneer, but she is someone that's pushing Twitch in a different direction because she's brought a whole new audience to it. And Wendy Ortiz, she got her start on Twitch via DDG. DDG brought her onto the platform, collaborated with her. She brought her own audience. Their audience kind of mixed, although most of her audience is hers and most of DDG's audience is his, especially after they had this split several months ago. And I wouldn't say there's smoke between them. I don't think DDG cares. He's put on a bunch of people, and some of them don't mess with him anymore. Some of them do. He doesn't seem to take it to heart. With that being said, Wendy Ortiz averages in the tens of thousands of viewers, but the fact that this guy says that her viewership is fake, or he doesn't believe that her viewership is real because she's on TikTok, and yeah, you know, it's an easy sell that someone that's popping on TikTok would also be lit on Twitch. No, it's not an easy sell whatsoever. What are you talking about? Like, most people understand, yeah, if someone's lit on TikTok, they're not going to be lit on Twitch, and they're not going to be lit on YouTube.
Especially for TikTok. TikTok is the main platform that is anybody. You see people with 5 million followers on TikTok, but that can't really transfer over majority of the time to their other platforms. So that in particular, even with YouTube, somebody has a high like subscriber count on YouTube. They got 5 million subscribers on YouTube. To an extent, you're like, oh nah, their other platforms could be turned up, and it would make more sense than TikTok.
Let's just take, for instance, Justin Bieber, right? Justin Bieber, you don't get more lit than Justin Bieber, globally speaking. I mean, the guy's packing out arenas across the world whenever he's going on tour. Yet, when he goes on Twitch, now he's averaging around 10 to 11,000 viewers. Now, granted, I do say that there's a difference between being pure celebrity versus being, let's say, a streamer, because streamers know how to entertain and they built up a streamer base. So if let's say Aiden Ross averages 50,000 and Justin Bieber is going to be an appearance on Aiden Ross and that's promoted, Aiden Ross might get 250,000 that stream. However, Justin Bieber streaming on his own will get 10,000 because there's just different things have to line up. I don't want to get too much into detail on that, but we believe Justin Bieber's viewership is real, right? Correct? Okay.
Yes.
But Justin Bieber's lit everywhere. Who else is popping on TikTok? Well, Ty Dolla $ign is somebody that's really popping everywhere, generally music, and he'll average anywhere from 100 to 200 viewers, around 150.
It has to be some other factor. If an entertainer such as Ty Dolla $ign, who he's not completely personality based. Yeah, some videos like you see him in, he's been on people's stream. I've seen that. But if your main thing is your music, you're not really content creating for when you stream. Like, it's really just vibing out with your community, vibing out with the chat, and doing what you do on a day-to-day basis. People might pop in to see that. That's cool, but to consistently keep people and average a high amount, a 10K plus, nah, you got to be doing something. You got to be actually entertaining the stream, and not just not just doing your day-to-day as a rapper. So it's just different strokes for different, you know what I'm saying, different sides of the entertainment that you want. I mean, it makes sense why they don't average as much as somebody like Aiden Ross if they were to go on mainstream.
That well, unless you start to look at, and this is actually, I'm going to hold off on that point. The reason why he says is, oh, well, if she was so poppin', she would have won the vote for Best Breakout Streamer, because Wendy Ortiz was nominated for Best Breakout Streamer alongside Rakai, DDG, FaZe Adapt, and Vanilla Mace. And this is what they claimed was 70% voting and 30%, or 70% fan voting and 30% just regular, the staff
she
voting.
Was not
and of
win
course,
that.
NMP says that, yeah, she would have won that, assuming that this thing is fair, because Cutie Cinderella and Ludwig that run the event, I don't know if they're still boys, but they're from the same streaming lunch table. I'm gonna start calling these things lunch tables, because that's really what they are. Everyone's got their own lunch table in high school. So they're from the same streaming lunch table. They've known each other for at least 8 years, these guys. So he's probably just assuming, like, yeah, of course, if she won the vote, they would have given it to her. And I do believe that, but they gave it to Adapt, which it's funny because Adapt is really cool with Cutie Cinderella. Or like she messes with FaZe heavy, as opposed to a DDG, a Rakai, or I don't even think she's interacted much with Wendy Ortiz. I also think Wendy Ortiz just didn't push that hard to get votes. And that's another aspect of it. Like, if you're not asking for votes consistently and encouraging your community to vote for you, they're not just going to vote for you. You have to encourage it, even if you have a rabid community. Because nobody's waking up and thinking like, oh yeah, let me go vote for Wendy Ortiz 100 million times. Like, very, very few people. However, if you're a Wendy Ortiz supporter and she's like, hey, can you guys go vote for me every day? She's like, hey, make sure to vote in the beginning of the stream and the end of the stream. Then you're probably like, oh, okay, let me just shoot a vote. That'll be really quick. So that's another aspect of it. Now, for the faking the viewership, this is where we really gotta just pull this guy.
I mean, I see what he's saying. It is detrimental in general to just be throwing out those Viewbotting allegations with no type of proof to back it up, and he's just saying it out of whim here on a podcast. So I mean, he probably could have worded it better, been like, you know, I mean, he did say think. He did say he don't think their viewership is real, but I mean, hey, I could see it going either way though. But yeah, just putting that on 100%. I ain't gonna say she 100% Viewbotting, but I mean, it would like help her if she was. It's like, it just doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna 100% say she not though. Every time I be seeing clips or whatnot, I mean, her chat be mostly active, so I mean, anything 5K plus gonna do that, but still.
Guy's card, because you can have a certain amount of
really
viewership,
2K.
like Neon, 100%, that dude's juicing his views. They're heavily juiced. Because
That boy
the
is
easiest way
juiced.
to look at it
He got
is
that
just
stuff.
check out the person's subscriber count. You look at Wendy Ortiz's subs. Just pull up any VOD of hers.
Okay.
This chick's got nearly 30,000 subs. She's got
That's a lot of fucking subs. Averaging 10,000 or more, tens of thousands on her viewer count regularly, almost 30K subs. Either she got a good amount of people gifted hella, or yeah, no, there's some active viewers.
over 1 million followers in a very, very short span
Active
of time on Twitch.
Yeah, only
And she's got her own community.
6,900 gifted.
So
Yeah,
30,000,
that's
or
crazy.
let's just say 28,000, right? She's got nearly, that's 28,000 people that are subscribed to her. Now, what are you going to tell me? What's the next excuse? Oh, so she's spending money on bots.
She got motion.
And on top of that, she's spending money on gifting herself subscribers. Let's be real here, dog. Come on. She's spending over $100,000 a month gifting herself subscribers, because 28,000 subs, it's like $6 a sub now, actually. So she would be spending 120 grand a month to gift herself subscribers to make it seem like she's lit. Let's keep it a buck. This chick is just lit, and I don't think NMP understands that. And she brought a whole
motion
new
for sure.
audience to Twitch. It's a fact. And you just check out her crew, right? Her crew consists of her sister, I think Johnny cameraman, DDG's former cameraman, who's got his own motion going right now. And I think she's Mexican, right? Regardless, I think a silent fan base that's strong, that a lot of people disregard, and in streaming now as well, is Latinos. And this happens in hip-hop too, funny enough. Like, people will always say like, yo, this Ye concert, or they'll say, yeah, you know, these concerts, they're just, all I see is white people, because America, for some odd reason, people just divvy it up into white and black, and then whatever the other groups, you just fall somewhere, like they're throwing you on one of those sides.
Gang.
Or
why is he making this a race thing? You're seeing, come on, man. What?
honestly, they're just
The
disregarded.
nigga
However, if you look at a
who
lot of the buyers of
was
merchandise,
talking on the
like, let's just look
podcast
at
didn't even
Pablo
make it
Tour,
about a
lot
race
of that
thing.
merchandise was bought by Latinos and Asians. Like, these groups are massive supporters and contribute a lot of money and support to hip-hop, but people just, they don't really even consider them. And of course, white people, but the reason why I say Latinos and Asians is because I believe they disproportionately buy stuff in comparison to the percentage of the American population that they are. Like, white people, of course, they're going to be more because they're like, what, 60-something% of the U.S.? But I think that's what's happening on Twitch right now. Like, there was a lack of representation, as corny as that sounds, because people like to use it in odd ways, of especially a female Latino streamer. But now there's kind of like this crew of them. Like, they've got DDG's cameraman. So now if you're a guy, you're not just watching Wendy
I get what
Ortiz,
he's
you're
saying.
also
I see why I
watching
brought it up.
the cameraman. And they're spreading it across TikTok, and she's creating her own, not bubble, her own lunch table, because she got kicked out of the other lunch table by, well, not by DDG, but her fan base kind of like urged her to separate herself, because she is a bit of she's audience captured a bit, which is like when your audience wants you to do something that you don't necessarily want to do, but you're scared of
she
your
gonna do
audience,
it.
so you have to do it.
I have seen that she be folding to her audience every trip, every little like small situation that I be seeing on Twitter, or that like a clip come up and like it's talking about something, or any situation like other people have react to or that I've seen. Like it's always she be tripping out because of her community. She always gotta abide to her community, in which I mean a lot of people do to an extent, but at the end of the day, you're your own person. You are the streamer. Like you don't have to bend and really change what you do in your own life to appease them. Otherwise, like why are you even? You just a clown in a circus at that point. I'm not saying that's
Anyway,
her.
I think
Still.
of like political streamers are in that
Still.
bucket, and people with rabid fan bases are in that bucket as well. So yeah, Wendy Ortiz's viewership is 100% real. Just because he can't understand it, doesn't know where it came from, and can't conceptualize it, doesn't mean that it's not real. Like you look at the chat, how it moves, you look at her audience, how they're harassing people. Like DDG will tell you that they're real. These guys we're sending them nonstop messages. Same thing with Blackboy Max. He's like, yo, her audience, her fan base is wild. They're rabid.
Yeah.
So if you're getting attacked by DMs of a person's audience offline, yeah, they've got a real audience. Neon's fans ain't really doing it like that. I mean, they are. He's got a small base like that, but the subs is the biggest dead giveaway. And there's a reason why people like Neon don't really show their sub count, because he doesn't really pay
boy
attention
is
to it because he's not getting that
botting.
many subs. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think her viewership is boosted?
Yeah, man. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. She's probably not botting. You know, he made a good case. You know, at first I was like, I mean, he's right. I mean, them TikTok views don't really transfer, but I mean, he showed the subs, and yeah, now her community do be getting active. So I mean, she's probably not botting. If it is, it probably ain't nothing crazy. I mean, who knows? Like I said, a lot of these niggas botting out here. Yeah, man. You know, y'all let me know what y'all think. I appreciate y'all liking, subscribe, and yeah, that's gonna do it.